Valentine's Day is approaching, and it's likely in these coming days you'll be confronted with a lot of this. What is it? It looks more like an upside-down nutsack to me, but I digress. When I first discovered the whole concept of giving people heart-shaped things on Valentine's Day, I thought it would trace back to some old human tradition where you'd remove your heart and give it to someone you fancied. And then I found out you only had one of those and needed it to live, so much for that hypothesis.
Didn't you make a similar hypothesis, but instead of the heart it's testic?
Nobody needs to know. So before I get too deep into this, I'm just gonna say right away, the heart symbol is kind of a mystery. There's tons of theories and conjecture about what this is actually supposed to represent and why and how it ended up representing it. Unfortunately, I won't be going through every single possible origin. Time and patience are things I don't have. What I will be doing, though, is talking about my favorite origin theory, because it involves the Greeks and Romans literally a plant out of existence.
Excuse me.
I'm Vibby. And on this episode of A Space Alien Explains, the heart and Silphium. So, what the hell is Silphium? It's a type of giant fennel. If you don't know what a fennel is, it's in the carrot family. If you don't know what a carrot is, then I can't help you. Silphium grew rampant in the Greek city of Cyrene in North Africa. Not that it was a problem, considering Silphium was an essential trade item. Silphium was so important to their economy, they had the shape of the seeds printed onto their coins. Oop, see it? There's the little nutsack. The most valuable part of the plant was the sap. It was a sort of cure-all used to treat common ailments like cough and sore throats, fevers, chills, aches and pains, indigestion, and warts. It was also used to season food, and it doesn't make you gassy. Always a plus. Silphium had so many different uses, it's not really surprising that one day someone thought, hey, what if I put it on my cock? I'm kidding, it probably didn't go that way, but shut up, let me have my fun. Silphium was also used as a contraceptive. The ancient physician Soranus suggested taking a dose of silphium the size of a chickpea once a month to prevent pregnancy and destroy any already existing. So if you wanted to get busy and avoid any unintended consequences, silphium was your plant of choice. Writings at the time also associated the silphium plant with love and sex. Catullus wrote in one of his poems that he wanted to share as many kisses with his beloved as the number of Libyan sands that lie in Silphium-bearing Cyrene. Silphium appears in Pausanias' story of the Dioscuri. They were staying at a house belonging to Phormion, a Spartan, and it so happened that his daughter was living there too. By the next day, this maiden and all her girlish apparel had disappeared, and in the room were found images of the Dioscuri, a table, and Silphium upon it. Whether Phormion chased after the Dioscuri with a shotgun afterwards, I can't say. Look, it's all over Greek pottery. Kinky b****s. Anyway, the Romans. They were very much the indulgent types. Look at the shit all over the walls in Pompeii. They weren't even trying to hide it. The Romans borrowed a lot of things from the Greeks. I'm sure everyone remembers Grand Theft Pantheon, so no surprise the Romans like Silphium too. Used it in a very similar manner as well. Perfect for whatever the hell was actually happening at those bathhouses. But to anyone who may have given Silphium to a sweetheart as a promise of eternal love, I have some bad news. Silphium was cultivated to extinction by the 1st century AD. It's said that Emperor Nero was presented with the last surviving stock. I suppose it's no surprise a plant used for making love went extinct. Last I checked, humans really do like to fuck. It's poetic in a way, that an extinct plant symbolizing love is remembered by the shape of its seed pod, and this shape has been used to sow the seeds of love and friendship for centuries afterward, and well into the present. Maybe the real Valentine's Day was the dead giant fennel plant in all of us.
What?
Happy Valentine's Day! Hi everyone! Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. This week's featured fan art is by So You Think I Can Draw on Instagram. Link to the artist page can be found in the description. And here's some comments from the last video. If this episode made you want to get a giant fennel plant as a gift for your special someone, please be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. If you'd like to support the channel, I have art commissions and a Ko-Fi page available. Buy me a coffee and I can make you a little sketch as a way of saying thanks. Links to all that, as well as links to my social media, are in the description. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you real soon.